Welcome to the Racer X Motocross Show, wrapping up the 250 class of the Rockstar Energy Drink National in Spring Creek, Millville, Minnesota. Jason Wygant and David Pingree back. We had a weekend off. We kicked off the second half of the tour. Christophe Pourcel comes into this race with a sizable points lead, but there have been bigger points leads overcome in a shorter amount of time. So there's still hope, I guess.
That's right, and it hasn't been an absolute domination by Pourcel. He can be the quickest guy, typically sets the quickest qualifying time, but we haven't seen 1-1 moto scores a bunch of times in a row, so he's not running away with this thing.
Yeah, and that's led to 5 different winners in the first 6 rounds. Let's see if we can get another one here at Millville. .250 class, moto number 1, 577 of Martin Davalos, right there with the Christophe Pourcel's got a good start, and Trey Canard's got a good start. Canard riding the momentum early in this one.
Yeah, he's just coming off his moto win or national win from last weekend, looking great. But it was Martin Davalos out front with a whole shot, looking like he might put a good moto in.
Yeah, but then he crashes right at the end of the first lap, so he goes all the way back to the back of the train. But Canard was out front and even pulled away a bit, and once Pourcel was in second, he was going to have to put in some work to catch 38.
Yeah, right when I thought Canard had the Moto 1, Pourcel caught him, passed him, and then I thought Pourcel had the Moto 1, and Canard came back, and they went back and forth and had an awesome race.
What runs through the mind of people when they watch Pourcel do weird things like that? Catch guys, pass them, pull away, then get caught again, and then catch them and pass them again. What goes on?
I don't even pretend to understand what goes on with that guy. I scratch my head. I just enjoy it. You know, it's fun to watch, and I think all the fans out here were just enjoying the racing.
Behind them, a typical mishmash of Monster Pro Circuit Kawasaki riders and Geico Honda riders battling it out. Eventually, Jake Weimer, a nice rebound for him, is going to end up third in the moto, Rattray fourth, and Blake Wharton fifth. Good to see Weimer back up there.
It is. He's had a really tough summer, and I think, unfortunately, his stock has sort of been dropping after his great Supercross season, but maybe today is the start of, a great second half of the summer.
Late in the race, Pourcel back around Canard, pulls away and wins it, but a little indicator of maybe why he didn't charge all the way. He was done at the end of that moto.
Yeah, the humidity was high here today, and right as he came in, boots were off, helmet, everything, stripping himself naked, pouring water on him. So he wasn't the only guy. That was happening all day long.
Canard will end up second, and Weimer rounds out the podium at Moto 1. .250 Moto 2, so Pourcel gets the edge on Canard in Moto 1. Canard wants to go to work and get the overall again. Has to battle with Nico Izzi for about 3 turns, takes off, and Canard's going to try to win the overall. But Dean Wilson was actually strong in the second moto, gave him a run.
Yeah, apparently he was pretty exhausted after the first race, not feeling well, maybe wasn't himself back at the truck, they said, but somehow still came out and put in a great race.
And then things got crazy. This hot and humid weather we're dealing with all day changed 180 degrees. It started raining hard.
Well, they were calling for heavy storms in the afternoon, even maybe a tornado warning. We didn't get that, but the raindrops that were coming down were the size of marbles.
Once the rain came, eventually Canard distanced himself from Wilson, and it looked like he was going to get the overall. And Pourcel, again, struggling in the second moto. This happens week in and week out. He got up to 7th at one point, then went all the way back to 10th and finished there.
Yeah, he just couldn't get it going forward. The track had a lot of bump. For some reason, he did not like it.
Meanwhile, Justin Barsha, who also was feeling the effects, had a crash in the first moto. He fights through and gets third, and that's going to be good enough to at least score him some points to get in the top 10 overall. Fourth is going to go to Rattray. Fifth is going to go to Weimer. And how about Trey Canard with 2 overall wins in a row?
He's on fire. It'll be interesting to see when we go to Washougal if he can keep this little streak going.
All right, and Wilson and Canard making up some points also on Pourcel today.
Yeah, I spoke to my mechanic before the race, and we were looking at the clouds and we didn't know what to do, and I was like, I don't think it's going to rain, I'll just go with tear-offs, and I should have gone with roll-offs and should have listened to him. And when the rain started coming down, water got under my tear-off, so tried to pull a lot of tear-offs and it wasn't working, so had to eventually just throw my goggles off, and that's how I crashed. I was lying third and got some dirt in my eye, my vision was blurry, and just lost the front end after the triple up the hill. So yeah, it was, like I said, a pretty average day, and going to keep working hard this week and come out strong at Washougal.
Yeah, he just wants the best for me. And, if I don't ride good, he's not that happy. But that's the way it's got to be. He's got to be truthful to me, and that's what he is. You know, when I have good motos, he's pretty happy. You know, when I have bad motos, he's not mad or anything, but he knows I can do a lot better. So, you know, it's great to have Mitch on, you know, as a team manager and guide me through. You know, he's been with Pro Circuit for so long, and he knows he's got so much experience, and for him to be own the team and give me guidance is really awesome.
I just came in, I don't want to say more confident, but just a little more self-belief. And when you have more self-belief and you believe in what you're doing, then I think that your nerves are just not there. So, I mean, you obviously have nerves, but they're just way down. So the effort that I put in that break was, it was good for me here. And Redbud was good for me here, and also Lakewood. So, I mean, I'm just excited about how things are going, and you know, hopefully I can keep the ball rolling. Yeah, I kind of tried to take a little breath behind him once he got me, and I actually made a really big mistake whenever he passed me the first time. It almost went down, and kind of just tried to regroup and take a little breath. And I kind of thought that he was slowing down a little bit. Maybe he was getting a little tired, so I went for the charge and got around him, and then all of a sudden he's like back on me. So got around me and tried to just save a little bit for Moto 2 at that point. And you know, I thought it was going to be hot, but that cloud cover kind of made things a little nice. But you know, I was excited. I thought I managed my effort pretty well today, which was you know, pretty crucial in the heat. So, you know, it was a good day for me. I never have good practices, and to have practice 1, I was P2, and then practice 2, I was P1. So that was just overall good for me. And then Moto 1, I thought I put on a good charge, and just excited about the day overall.
All right, there's an old saying in racing: when you win one race, it starts to get easier. Trey Canard is the living embodiment of that right now.
I think last week you even asked, you know, does this mean he'll get another one easier? I wasn't sure, but he proved today, yes, that's the case. Trey Canard gets another one.
What is the deal with you racer guys and the whole mental thing? It's strange.
I don't know. We're all a bunch of basket cases, I think. You know, once a guy figures that he can win,
yeah,
magically he's faster all of a sudden, and he's out winning. Crazy.
Now, at the beginning of the show, we said Porcel has not been quite dominant, and today, really tough, goes 110. So there's still some holes there for these guys to maybe make a run at it.
You know, and it just doesn't seem like Porcel should be that inconsistent. But
yeah,
for whatever reason he is, and it's going to make this championship interesting. Rattray's staying up there.
Yep.
We've got Canard coming on really strong, so it could be an interesting finish to this series.
Absolutely. Okay, well, we'll be with you 1 week from now in Washougal, Washington. And don't forget, there'll be back-to-back live shows, 450 and 250, 2 straight hours live on Speed next Saturday. Be there or watch us on TV. It's David Pingree, Jason Wygant. Thanks for joining us.